Dun 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 dun. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Daniel will come soon and do our proper intro. Hi,
Flash!
Daniel. Ah.
It's a miracle. Downloaded. So I had to restart my whole PC and
It's
shit
hard.
because even Steam
It's
wasn't working.
hard.
It's a miracle. Looks like we're joined by our good friends Camlin Wonga.
Yes, that camel and one giga.
Yes.
Look, it's an
One
onigiri
GG.
beast.
Oh, it's Camel and one GG.
Yeah.
That's what
It's
it is.
the camel #1 good gamer,
That's right.
and he will be our captain.
I also like 0N, 1G, 1R, 1
B3, A5T.
A5T, reverse 3, I with some sort of karat on it 3,
DTK.
bracket DTK, close bracket.
And we see Batrider, Naix, and Phantom Lancer banned out. Usually, people will ban out the Keeper of the Light instead of the Phantom Lancer, because you're not very concerned with the Phantom Lancer as a hero by himself. It's just when he gets that easy lane, the spam lance,
Radiant team
his Koshal Lancer. And
Quite true.
people usually just draft a Gyro against the Phantom Lancer to deal with the mass illusions. It's quite a decent
Yes,
job.
indeed. I forgot to do our intro. If
Okay,
people
do
are
it.
wondering, I am Danivus, and we are being joined by The.Spectre. We are watching Dota Isn't Hard in-house matchup.
Oh yes, oh yes. This will probably be a
Now,
pretty medium skill game.
yes, probably medium skill, medium to low, somewhere around there. Now, I don't know if you know, a little bit of office gossip, but I hear that
Ooh.
Juicy and Kathified are dating.
I hear that they have a very juicy
10
relationship.
seconds remaining.
They are, of course, both men.
No, we joke. Kathified, definitely a lady.
Yes, as is Juicy, of course.
And we do see the Darkseer pick up. Pretty standard. He works against all heroes. You know, make 100% damage illusion of anyone. He's going to be a good addition to
Reserve
the team.
time.
It's true, he is.
Shadow Demon picked up, so maybe looking for some dual roaming support pickups early. Might follow it up with a Lina or a Leshrac. Or they may just leave them for a 3rd or 4th pick, just in case they get banned out. Waste a few bans of the Radiant. No, they do pick up that Leshrac.
Radiant team pick.
There's a Leshrac. We did see Stoosh play the Leshrac, I think, in the last game.
Yep. Correct.
Not particularly well, if I remember. A lot of good, a lot of reasonably skilled shots, just he didn't get any farm, so he was a bit crippled
Yeah.
throughout the entire game.
Yeah, he had a beautiful quad split earth in one of the team fights late in the game. Really
Yeah,
good.
a lot of really solid setups, a lot of great mechanics, but just didn't have a very fun, very fun game.
And Juicy denies the lifestealer for that tri-lane for the Shadow Demon Leshrac and picks up the Keeper of the Light for himself, so maybe that's why we saw the Phantom Lancer banned out instead of the Keeper.
That's possibly.
Of course, the Dire side still need a farmer for their tri-lane if they do decide to run a tri-lane.
Now, I expect Juicy to be on this Keeper of the Light because he has spent a lot of money decking him out in fancy gear. And likes to show that off as much as possible.
10 seconds
Likes to go to the
remaining.
store and buy some shoes and a new horse.
5 seconds
And just show it off in front of all the other old wizards.
Show them the goods. Get 'em
Keeper of the
interested.
swag.
420 no scope. Illuminate. From the trees.
I don't even need vision.
Away. It'll be interesting to see where the lane keeper of the light, because he is decent as a puller in a tri lane, but he doesn't offer too much in the way of killing, apart from maybe getting an illuminate off with a good standard setup stun.
I've run him as a mid laner, and it was awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to deal with the illuminate span.
Oh, you just gotta time the wave right, and they don't know what to do. I pushed down 2 towers in about 7 minutes, I think.
It is very easy to do if they don't put an uphill ward, and also just because you spam down the waves so hard, they have to either be under the tower all the time, most likely to miss last hits, and they also can't really contest you for rune.
Yeah, it was quite epic.
And we do see the Puck, Queen of Pain, Ricky, and Jacro banned out, so a lot of silence and area spells being banned out by the Radiant. Obviously the Ricky just makes mincemeat of Lifestealer and Keeper of the Light, basically anyone if they get caught in the smoke. But especially someone like Lifestealer that really depends on that rage to get away.
Yeah, that's yeah. What you said and much more.
And the
so much more.
The Puck and Jacro have been banned out as well. So again, two very large AoE team fight disablers knocked out of the match here.
10 seconds remaining.
Out of interest, can you still hear me while I'm alt-tabbed?
Yes, I can.
5
Sweet.
seconds
And if I can hear you, then so can everyone else, because it goes from my
Yes, they
inbound
can.
audio in game.
It certainly does.
Shortly. And so they ban out no one yet. They're waiting for that final ban.
Biding their time, playing a little bit of mind games.
It looks like they'll have an offlane bounty hunter, so they should really ban out more mid laners and farming carries.
Yeah.
I might ban out the Bane here, but no, they ban out the Tinker, which does
Dire
put
team
a
ban.
bit of a wrench in the cogs of Lifestealer with that laser 100% mischance. Very annoying.
Speaking of cogs, we haven't seen Juicy's favorite hero, Clockwork, yet.
No, not yet.
Still might see a pickup on him.
I actually played a clock game earlier today. It went okay.
Nice.
I had to play like a 4 or 5 position, so not the best.
Yes.
Because we were playing AR, of course, and the only support we got was Disruptor, who repicked into a Morphling.
Oh, well, that's always nice. Yeah.
Although, strangely, he said, nah, guys, don't worry, I'm going to go Morphling support build. He picked up a Mechanism and a Necrobook 3, and morphed himself mainly to Strength, and it actually works surprisingly well, because he still has those 2 big nukes, and he would just last in fights massively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fair point.
And we do see the Storm Spirit banned out, so a mid lane hero banned out, as the Radiant is still lacking one.
Except for Keeper of the Light, who's, as we've discussed, spectacularly out of the box mid lane.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it is sometimes good to mix it up and really get that surprise factor on your
5
opponents.
seconds
I think a lot of these Dota is hard in-houses focus too much on what the meta is at the moment in pro games, when a lot of people kind of lack the mechanics or the rotation skills to really kind of exploit the hero's main strengths. I'd really like to see more people just picking to the strength of players themselves. Like the other game
Yeah,
that we
exactly.
cast last night, we got a first pick bounty hunter, which, doesn't make too much sense, but there was a guy that, looked like he definitely knew his way around a bounty, and he ended up going beyond godlike, if I remember correctly.
I think 624 kills on his item before the beginning of that game.
Yep.
Quite a
Exactly.
few more at the end of it.
I don't think they count for practice games. It's only
do
public
they? I don't know.
matchmaking.
Well, I guess they wouldn't. That would make sense. Otherwise, you could just farm it up.
Yep. And we do see a gyrocopter. He does actually kind of counter the 3 heroes that they have currently, because they're quite squishy and can go down to AoE spells very easily. So if you get off a good cooldown and flat cannons going off, those backline supports are now really kind of going to go down fast.
Yeah, and there's the Beastmaster.
That'll be coming out to counter the Naix.
I don't know where they're gonna lane him though.
They could run him as a mid laner. I'm guessing that's where they'll put him. Zhao 8 usually plays mid lane Beastmaster. He maxes the axes
10
and
seconds
his aura, whatever his aura is called. Let me see. Inner Beast.
5 seconds.
So he goes max axes and then puts points in Inner Beast, so the lane pushes a bit, and spams with axes so he can gain rune control and forces enemy under the tower.
I'll
And
tell you
then you
what,
can
I will be very
rotate.
disappointed.
Yeah.
I will be very disappointed if Beast doesn't pick up the Beastmaster.
And you can also
And there, of course,
rotate.
is the lion for kathified.
And then Alchemist picked up. Yes! Alchemist, best carry.
Aha! Beast on the Beastmaster!
Yes!
Yeah! Yeah!
And Kathy actually picking up the Keeper of the Light.
Wow, that's an unexpected choice.
So we see Stoosh on the Lion. I'm not sure how they're going to lane this. They can either put the Gyrocopter or Lion mid lane, but I would assume that it was going to be a tri-lane, Naix, Lion, and Keeper of the Light, with Gyrocopter mid and Darkseer off lane. And we do have a reconnect from Juicy, so let's take this time to introduce the players. On the side of the Radiant is Juicy on the Gyrocopter, Jesster on the Naix, kathified on the Keeper of the Light, BLABLU on the Darkseer, and Stoosh on the Lion.
And over on the Radiant side, we have Beast on the Beastmaster, HairyBanana taking up the Shadow Demons. Yes, Kyrox taking up the Leshrac. 0N, 1G, 1R1, B3A, 5T, reverse 3, I with a correct 3, bracket DTK, close bracket on the
Onigiri Beast, DTK. And it's a butterfly.
Camelin 1GG, shut up. Camelin 1GG on the Alchemist. Excellent names on this dire team.
It'll be...
I'm going to try to fix my setup.
Okie dokie. And on the side of the Dire, I'm guessing it's going to be a Beastmaster mid lane, Bounty Hunter off lane, with an Alchemist Shadow Demon and Leshrac easy lane. So they're going to run that tri-lane up there, and I think they have quite a lot of killing power there. We, of course, have the Disruption to set it up. If they can then time the Split Earth well, they can get that off and then throw in a Concoction. And they can even throw the Concoction in after the Disruption, just so they don't need that split-second timing on the Split Earth. But seeing as Darkseer will probably be a solo there, I think it would be best to try and hit the Split Earth first, if they can get some good timing on that, because the Unstable Concoction does, of course, have quite a decently high travel time in the air. So we do see a reconnect from Juicy. Hopefully everything's alright. Oh, we get some... There we go, Tide HUD today. So bloody. Looks like Radiant's ready to go. And...
Alright,
we are in the game, so Bounty Hunter does pick up that Shadow Walk.
Bugger it.
So I'd really...
I'm having a weird problem. That's alright, we'll just work through it.
What's the problem?
Well, my game is in a windowed full screen.
Yeah.
And for some reason, whenever I'm broadcasting, my cursor slips out of the side of my screen. And
mine does that on the right-hand side all the time. I think there's an option that you can disable, which is, about... It's something about hand scrolling, or when in spectator mode, you can change it.
I just can't find it.
It looks like the Naix is actually going to jungle. So we're gonna see... No, but then who are they going to send mid if they have the tri-lane there? Maybe they'll just... Because they wouldn't have the Lion, Keeper of the Light, dual lane bottom, surely. Keeper of the Light, no regen, just a magic stick and Gauntlet of Strength. Looks like Stoosh has some sentry wards to that Bounty Hunter off lane. I really would have liked to see them the tri-lane as an offensive tri-lane on the Dire side, and actually go tri-lane versus tri-lane, and then kind of abuse the fact that they would try and buy sentry wards for this offlane and make them waste a bit of gold early on.
The game is on.
Radiant being a bit confused about their lanes. They don't have anyone mid, so they're going to miss this mid block, pushing the creep equilibrium closer to the Dire tower. And Leshrac does find a regeneration rune up top. Looks like they might be... Yep, it's just Gyrocopter mid, Naix in the jungle, and a dual lane of Lion and Keeper of the Light against the solo Bounty Hunter. I guess they figured that they could easily take down the Bounty Hunter, without the need of a third person or a farming carry, and it'd just be a waste of experience and gold.
Indeed. Alright, I'm back to actually watching the game.
Alrighty. So we do see Gyrocopter with the first point in Missile. I actually much prefer getting Rocket Barrage first, because it's just so much damage one-on-one. If you manage to catch them out at a rune spot, or just even walk behind the creeps just across here and sit up on the high ground and zone that melee hero out of range. If he comes close, just let off a Rocket Barrage. The homing missile is great for mid lane because it's one-on-one, so you're almost guaranteed to stun every time. But I definitely would rather leave it for second level.
Looks like, no, it looks like the Naix is wanting a gank here, but he hasn't got the open wounds yet, so I'm not sure how he's planning to get that.
Yeah, it looks like he's just taken... Did he take down any camp at all? No, he didn't. He's just sitting at 1.5.
Oh, he must have. He's got XP.
I think he was just hanging around the side there, because none of the camps... Oh, I suppose he may have taken down the easy camp.
I think he took the easy camp.
Yeah, and we see a stun coming out of the line.
To take farm.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run the tri-lane, and they figured out that the dual lane was a bit of a silly idea. Give it a bit more killing power with the open wounds, keep him in range of the sentry if they pop it up.
Suppose so.
And the Naix leading the last hits at the moment, so he's sitting at 7 and 2, but I think 3 or maybe more of those were jungle creeps, so worth a little bit less. Ooh, up on the top here, Kyrox with some mad Leshrac horns. Look at those crystalline bastards.
Yep, that's a horny Leshrac. That is one hell of a space deer.
An Alchemist opting for the quelling, or not the quelling, rather, the stout shield and the tangos to start off with. Obviously,
Yeah,
thinking he's going to
of
be
what you were saying.
he's going to be taking a lot of harass from those ion shells going for last hits. And it looks like he's gone for the Grievel's
First
Greed at
blood,
level
folks.
2. And we've missed the first blood! Yes!
Of course we do.
Combination of the Sentry Ward, Open Wounds, and Stun. And possibly an Illuminate over the top? Maybe not. And Kathy misses the stack just by a second. I think maybe the Bounty Hunter just a bit out of place and not expecting the Sentry Wards to be here. We actually see a Quelling Blade on the Bounty Hunter. I'd like to see him... I suppose he can't really pressure the lane too much, but if he can push past it, he can actually eat down these trees, and just kind of burrow a path in that way and sit in experience range for this area. Which a lot of players, especially Demon on his off-lane Batrider, used to do that quite a bit.
Yeah, I've seen Tide Hunters play that as well. Just sit in the experience range and wait till 6.
Exactly. Because with Bounty Hunter, you're really not going to get any farm in this lane. If you try and contest too much, you're going to be giving away a large chunk of your health. So it's better for them to just sit back in a safe spot, even if you just, even if you don't click at all for the first 3 minutes, it doesn't really make a difference. Ooh, and the Illuminate just missing the Bounty Hunter. What Kathy's doing is actually quite good by not spamming the wave. It doesn't deny farm to the Naix, and she's just trying to hit the Bounty Hunter. But
Looks like
being a bit unfortunate
down here as well.
And Leshrac has come
And the Shadow
down.
Demon.
Oh, so it looks like they might be,
going for a kill.
yeah, pings coming out. The Shadow Demon needs to come in. Early disruption, he's going to need to get that split off. Oh, but unfortunately, oh, and the Illuminate coming through doing big damage. Naix lives and the Leshrac goes down. Of course, that Bounty Hunter's still under thing. We'll see, a Sentry Ward, and we'll see the Illuminate come out. An excellent,
Sentry expires just now.
exactly, a good counter initiate from Stoosh there. He put the tail right in the middle, and he's gone on the Bounty Hunter. He's managed to hex him. Will Naix get him? No, he manages to invis first, and Stoosh is under the tower. He's going to go down.
Towers getting the business.
Oh.
Goes down to the tower. A-click the hero too early.
The Dire
If you're in that
best
kind
do
of position,
something
it's
about
good
that
to
tower.
just move normally without actually attacking the hero up until you're in range, and then start attacking. Otherwise, the tower will start to aggro you quite early.
Yeah, and bear in mind that the tower doesn't aggro off spells.
Yep, exactly. So if you run up and use an Impale, it won't aggro you at all. If you go up and auto attack and then use an Impale, it will. Yes, of course. Assuming there's something else in range. Yep.
Looks like this Beastmaster's sitting with an invis in mid lane.
Yeah, he popped it off just as a rocket was about to come and hit him. We do see Juicy taking advantage of that easy camp on the Radiant side. Taking quite a bit of damage though.
And he is out of regen.
Yeah. And it it looks like Beastmaster's going to pick up
Beastmaster's
the
gonna
illusion
find
rune.
an illusion.
And he does have that level 6, so we might see a gank come out. The Radiant Ward is
if only
about
he
to
knew.
expire as well, but it looks like he's going to run over it.
Juicy, very
Yep,
low
ping's
health.
coming out. Juicy pinging on the Beastmaster. Looks like they might go to try and initiate on the Beastmaster, seeing as he doesn't know they're there. They know the Hawk is there. The Beastmaster is going in. No, he's just going to run into lane there. Oh, and Kathy's slightly out of position. We see the disruption come out, and with the amplification and the split earth hitting, that is a very dead keeper of the light. Axis coming through for the last hit on the kill. We see Bounty Hunter go
Bounty
behind the
Hunter's
tower to hit
still
on
going.
Stoosh. But he backs off as there is no backup. But with this
I like the
rotation,
positioning of this seemingly forgotten boar.
they do manage to get a kill off that.
Just waiting to, you know,
But in the meantime, Juicy's got free
Yep.
farm up in middle lane. Udu
waiting
sitting.
farmed.
Oh, exactly. Oh, and they've gone behind,
they're gonna
and
go-
the
oh,
roar
there
on the
goes the roar.
Naix. Excellent move, and he goes down. It looks like they're going to pick up Stoosh as well. There we go, double kill on the Beast Master.
Beast the Beastmaster.
Radiant's
Master of the
bottom
beasts.
towers seen better
The
days.
Strat going for 1 point in Lightning and 1 point in Edict early on. I don't think they really need too much counter push with this lineup. The Darkseer, Keeper of the Light, can pressure, but like they're more counter push than push themselves. I'd like to see Leshrac.
Technical difficulties.
It looks like Darkseer and Alchemist double knock out each other, but of course the Darkseer getting the kill first means that Alchemist
Dire's
doesn't
top
get the
tower,
experience for the
You know
kill.
the drill.
Alchemist, of course, being a known terrible hero.
The Alchemist has got a decent amount of farm, and we'll see that reflected, seeing as he did choose to skill Revel's Greed early on, that he'll be quite farmed in comparison to people at his same level. I think they really need to shut this Alchemist down. If you ignore him, he gets up a BKB, he's just going to be able to basically 1 versus 5 your entire team. Beastmaster dropping quite low after the cooldown. Oh, but the axes come through. The boar gets one last hit, and the roar gets the kill on Juicy in mid lane.
That
Pretty much.
BKB, of course, on the Alchemist, while useful, isn't going to do much against this Naix.
Yeah, he still will be able to hit through that, but
Radiant's mid tower.
Naix has picked up a Hand of Midas, I believe. Yep, I did see that properly, and he is going on the track. No, he's going to have to back off before that rage runs out.
Radiant's mid towers
You
getting
see an
banged
Illuminate
up.
coming out, but they're going to back off. So, we've seen quite a lot of action on this bottom lane here. A lot of try versus try, and even quad lane for a while there. Some good rotation coming
Looks
out
like
from the
Bounty Hunter and Alchemist
Beastmaster.
might be wanting to go on
Radiant's
this
mid tower could use a
Darkseer top.
hand.
Yeah, we see the Janata hit,
off the
and a
track.
bit of a body block. He's got the
block,
track,
yeah.
so he's got vision of him. And the Alchemist stuns up, goes into a rage, and they started body blocking again, and it's going to be the death of the Darkseer, and it does go to Alchemist this time. So a bit of a revenge kill there. Some good synergy between track and Alchemist stun. Because as anyone who's played Alchemist knows, the biggest problem with using his stun is that you always lose vision at that vital second and end up stunning yourself. So the track providing some good vision there for him.
Yeah, I mean, only natural as the sort of the low tier hero that he is.
And we do see a double damage picked up by the Beastmaster on bottom lane. He has opted for mana boots, so really wanting to spam those axes out. And provide some mana for his team for a more push-oriented
Radiant's mid towers getting
kind of
banged up.
mid-game. And we see
He
4
does have his roar up and
heroes.
that double damage. That's
Yeah, very dangerous.
activates the DD. It may have time activated, I'm not sure.
No, he only just picked it up. So we do see them spotted out by 2 Radiant Wards in roughly the same spot. So they definitely know they're
Odd
lurking
time to
there.
activate that. Very odd
Just
time
looking
to
for
activate
an
the
in.
DD.
They do get a track out on the Naix, so they know where he's sitting, that he's hanging around. Probably send in the Hawk, just behind the tower just to hang over the trees, but it does get spotted
Dire's
out
mid
by a
tower
ranged
is
creep.
having technical
And that range creep really wants to kill that Hawk. The Illuminate coming through,
not
knocking
like
Leshrac
birds.
down to half health, but he does
Dire's
salve
mid
up.
tower could use a little help.
Meanwhile, because these 4 heroes are down here, Gyrocopter's going to get a free tower. He does get the last hit on that as well.
Couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
And he has got his broadsword, so he's going to be building into that early Shadow Blade. Bounty Hunter invises up behind the tower, but he has to be careful here. Oh, and the comes out, and the Roar comes out on the Keeper of the Light. Axis hit on both of them. He's maybe in a bit of trouble. He's gone out, and he started to bottle up. Oh, and the Infest damage, very large, but now, and the Leshrac goes down. The Axis cut through the Naix. But the Bounty Hunter gets the final hit on that kill. A couple of track kills coming out in that
Dire's
fight.
mid tower could use a little help.
So going to be putting the Dire in
And the
advantage.
Gyro up here in mid lane, jungling offensively, but taking a lot of
Dire's
damage.
mid tower.
He really needs to pop off that
Real
rocket
worrying
barrage.
amount of damage.
And there we have it.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
If only
Oh,
they
it's
had a
like
Bloodseeker.
time. Oh. Only they had a ward. Really early defensive ward.
Yep. So we already see the Orb of Venom and Phase Boots up on Onigiri. The Orb of Venom really quite a decent item on Bounty Hunter. It does stack with that Janata slow, so once you hit someone with the Janata, it's very difficult for them to get away. And back to farming up, we do see 44 last hits on the Alchemist up on top lane, who's been left alone relatively, and it does look like he's going to go for a Basher first. I do prefer to see an Alchemist get a farming item first, or if he does go for a more fight-oriented build to pick up that Shadow Blade for some Shadow Blade invis ganks. But he opts for the Basher first to maybe take advantage of the low BAT. Darkseer really sitting quite far back. He's decent level 8.5. Hopefully we'll see a bit more action. So some pings coming out from line. They do spot them with the wards, of course. I would like to see a bit of dewarding down here. Every time they've come into this area, every time they come into that area, they get spotted out, and they should notice from the defensive positioning of the Radiant side that they are being seen there.
I love these 2 wards, one placed by Kathy and one placed by Stoosh. Almost at the same time, it would seem, because they're about to expire.
And we do see Beast building an early mech. He does have enough gold for it, so he should be buying it up and ferrying it out to himself soon. And the 2 wards do go down. So the Alchemist just sitting about 150 gold away from his Basher here. And he is last hitting quite well. We're going to see some early items come out from him.
I like this
Radiant's
excessive
mid
amount
tower's coming apart.
of sentries as well to immediately deward that Radiant ward.
Yep, as soon as it's put down, they get to take it out. Of
Radiant's
course,
mid tower
putting one in
could
the
use
middle
a
of the
hand.
river
What's with all
here.
the scribbling?
Notices the ward up here, and
Radiant's
another
tower's
common
getting
ward
what
spot is
for?
down here. And Kathy immediately puts down a sentry ward. But I'm not sure if it sees the ward up here. I think it's out of range. It should block off pretty much there.
Yeah.
So some slight dewarding coming out from the Radiant there.
And she does fail to notice the Observer ward up on the hill as well. I'm not sure if that's in
Not
range.
sure if it's quite in range, seeing as it does only have 900. The Bounty Hunter spots out the line, and the Roar goes on to him, and with that track, that's another track kill going the way of the Dire. A wrap around there. Line slightly out of position, and with no wards up on this top hill for the Radiant, a very easy rotation for them to make.
Yeah, and this Alchemist still farming up on top, and he can get out of control if you leave him for 30 or 40 minutes up there.
Yeah, we see the Basher picked up an already 800, almost 900 gold in him already. The bonus gold from Greevil's Grid is really insane if you're getting the free farm like he is now. Of course, the Darkseer can throw out his Ion Shell creeps with Alchemist's ultimate. He can regen the health pretty quickly. And we do see them
Yeah,
pressuring
and
the
track
bottom
gold
tower
helping
again.
out with that, of course.
Oh, and he's going to walk right past the Radiant Sentry Ward. Naix goes on him instantly. You see the Split Earth come out, but it's on a ranged Naix. You do see the cooldown on 2 heroes. It's doing a lot of damage. The Infest comes out, does a lot of AoE, and a perfect impale there from the Lion. And the Beastmaster and the Shrek go down to the Naix. Also the Shadow Demon being taken out.
Dyer's
Yeah,
top
So let's
excellent.
say a
Fight
3
all
for
around.
0 trade. An excellent rotation from the Gyro there, catching two heroes in his cooldown.
Yeah, that Shadow Blade really paying off.
And we see our Bounty Hunter having to retreat back to base with quite low health. It looks like he is building a Yasha. Not sure if he'll be going for the Sanj and Yasha build or whether he'll build into a Manta. A lot of people go
I hope
Sanj.
neither.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom
I'm not a big fan. I
Really
prefer
hope
for him
neither.
to go Desolator if he's getting some decent farm early on.
Dyer's bottom
Lifestealer does get the
tower.
last hit on the tower and it ensures his armlet.
Dyer's
So looking at the
bottom
net worth at
tower
the moment, we
is
have
destroyed.
Naix up top. So even though Alchemist has been farming quite well, that early hand of Midas and the double kill just then, and the last hit on the tower has ensured he's staying ahead for the moment. But unless Naix keeps this up and they manage to push down a lot of towers quite quickly, the Alchemist will definitely get quite farmed up. And the Alchemist also brings out a broadsword, so it looks like he may be going for the Shadow Blade build after all. And also Tread's
Oh, you never
picked
know,
up
you
on
might be getting
Radiant's
that
top
Battle
tower's in
Fury.
bad shape.
We're seeing the Naix following the Shadow Demon here, but he's not going to be in range for a open wounds. Needs to be careful.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, the
Track
Dragon
comes
Dark
after
here,
the
but Juicy's here to stop him.
Yep, and the cooldown coming out a bit too early,
Whips
but the
the
stun's
cooldown.
going to hit, and a Rocket Barrage to the Alchemist, and a Vacuum to secure the kill. Juicy had actually started to back off a little too early, but luckily Darkseer with the follow-up Vacuum to get the kill.
The Dyer might want to
Yes, he sure did.
Oh, and Bounty Hunter caught out. Got the Impale off and the open wounds, but the Naix gets roared. A defensive disruption out from the Shadow Demon, and a mechanism from the Beastmaster. This is going to really turn the fight around. Shuriken and Track coming out on Keeper of the Light, and she goes down to the Beastmaster hit. Max is coming in the back,
And they're
only
not
hitting on the
done
range
yet.
creep. Of course, if people didn't know, that Boar Slow still goes through rage. So we see the Naix surged ahead. And open wounds on the Beastmaster is going in, but a disruption on the Naix, and should be the end of this team fight unless they can catch the Shadow Demon. And the Impale just hits and the Ion Shell is going to take him
Somebody's
down.
on a roll.
Lifestealer gets the last hit. So more kills going the way of the Lifestealer. Oh, a stun comes out from the Alchemist. He's come in. A good vacuum there, but a double kill for Beastmaster with the axes. A lot of action going on in this bottom
Amazing.
lane.
An Alchemist participating.
And we see they really should deny this tower, and it looks like Darkseer's
Dyer's
going to
mid
be able
tower
to do
could
this.
use a little help.
So we see a
The
denial of
Radiant
a
disown
few hundred
that bottom
gold.
tower.
Alchemist makes his way around. It looks like he might pop the stun here to go and Keeper of the Light. No, he chooses to back off. So the leader of the net worth really shakes it up. We've got Beastmaster at the top now with those track kills coming out for him. Just sitting just above the Naix with
Hello?
7.4k. Oh, god damn it. Did your internet just cut out, Kit? Hello? Sorry about that, guys. It seems that my connection died for a moment there. I know you should be okay now. And I'm just reconnecting into the game now, so hopefully everything's okay.
Oh, and the roar comes
And
out
we're
before he
back.
can get off that Shadow Blade. Will's he gonna get it?
Hello, and I am
he got
back.
the Shadow Blade away, but he's tracked. Oh, he's tracked, and the
Somebody's
Janata track comes out, and it takes him down. It's another black hole.
Sorry about that. My internet cut out for no apparent reason.
Did your cat step on it again?
No, not at all. And now my scoreboard's bugged and says it's 16-0.
It's 16. Well, it's 16. It's a 9-16
There we
to
go.
the Gaia.
It looks like Naix is king of the farmers again. A lot of change out coming here. So the Janata coming out, but the Surge going to be able to get the Darkseer away.
Structures.
They should
Radiant's
really
top
push this
tower's
up top.
hurting.
It looks like Leshrac still only 1 point in the Edict, but even so, he should be popping it off here. It looks like they're going to save it and maybe take down the T2. And the top tower does go down to
The Radiant lost the top tower.
and Beastmaster eats an Illuminate to the arse. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Alchemist in a bit of trouble, but he goes into his Shadow Blade to run away. Juicy giving chase with his Shadow Blade as the mid sentry ward spots him at his Shadow Blade. And gonna spot out the Shadow Demon. He breaks the he breaks the invis with a rocket. Always better to do that one auto attack first because they do get the bonus 150 damage coming out from invis.
Oh yes.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yes.
And the blink, the blink dagger comes out on the Beastmaster, so a very large initiation range for him now, able to blink and roar from quite a distance away.
I don't think you appreciated my New Zealand jokes enough.
I heard it. I heard it.
Talking too much about Dota.
How
I
dare
want to
I?
note that he's got 3 TP scrolls waiting in the wings.
I
his
accidentally do that sometimes, but he has 3 in the stash and 1 on him as well, and it looks like he is going to be
So that he
picking
can
up that
teleport
Aghanim
back to
Scepter.
pick up his other scrolls. That's why.
And some D-warding coming out. Lots and lots of sentries. I think they accidentally... Oh no, it's the sentry and observer are right on top of each other. I thought maybe they'd placed 2 down.
Yeah,
Accidentally.
I thought for a second they double stacked.
Yeah, exactly.
The sentries.
And Lifestealer with the Javelin already, it looks like he might be going for a basher of his own. And the raid... Oh, Dire looks like they're setting up for a gank. They may have spotted out Lion
Dire's
there.
got the hawk up there.
Yep, they do have the Hawk, so spotting out the line in the Gyrocopter. Oh, they're walking into it! But the Split Earth completely whiffs. The cooldown coming on 3 heroes. Oh, what a dirty cooldown. The finger coming out and just bursting Leshrac. The roar will come out, but I think it's more of a counter-initiation measure than anything. The wall dropped down by Darkseer, but it's way out of the range of anyone. And Beastmaster's going to be able to just TP out with no stuns there. Same with the Shadow Demon. It looks like Radiant are going to take it in their stride, maybe do some D-warding, but it doesn't look like there are any sentry wards up.
Oh, we do have a DC from Alchemist, probably rage quitting. Alchemists are known for that.
Someone should pause.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Someone should, especially because his net worth now showing is 900,
Yep, definitely.
which is not accurate.
Not at all.
No.
Not accurate in the
Get
slightest.
the Alchemist.
Oh,
Can't
damn
do
it, man. Alright, so, at the moment we see Naix sitting at the top of the net worth, I think, even with the Alchemist having a bit of a weird go there. It looks like he has reconnected and going for that Ogre Club. Looks like Alchemist.
He's back. He is at the top.
He is at the top by,
About
oh,
100 gold ahead.
or not even. Only about 50. 40.
There's a bigger number in the second number. That's 100.
And we see the Alchemist does pick up
Don't
the
maths me, boy.
the Ogre Club, so we'll be going for that BKB to be a bit more relevant in these team fights. Of course, the excuse me, in the way of BKB kind of lockdown, the Radiant really doesn't have much of a counter to it. So if he manages to get that BKB off, he's going to have a lot of fun whacking away
Radiant's
there.
top tower
So
is
if he
bad
picks up
shape.
a Mjolnir or an
Gem
Assault
of-
Cuirass...
Gem of True Sight on the Darkseer. I don't know if you mentioned this.
I
Gem
did
of the
see it in
Darkseer.
his
Oh, he's gonna
inventory,
see
but I
that
didn't say
bounty.
it. Yep, and Bounty Hunter has been mana leaked up. Kathy is chasing, but they're not going to go on it. I think they do know that there's support up there.
Yes, that mana leak probably revealing that they know he's there.
Yep, definitely. So they may think that there's
Not
just a
this
sentry
move.
ward in the area.
Yeah,
So
but
hopefully
if they
it'll be
check,
okay.
I mean, this could encourage them to check for the
Well,
gem,
they
and it
should have
might
seen
cost them a bit of an advantage.
yeah, they should have seen Darkseer in the last fight when Bounty Hunter came up and started getting hit,
Yeah,
but maybe
that's true.
no time for an inventory check. So we just see Alchemist making full use of his jungle
Bounty
here.
Hunter going top.
And
Gonna
he's
fight
already
Naix.
picked up his Mithril Hammer as well. Looks like
Gonna
the
run
Naix
away
just
from
gonna
the
back
Naix.
off though. And Naix has completed up his Skull Basher, probably looking just for a big creep to use Midas on. He does does stack the camp. Definitely. see Juicy
Yeah,
farming up
exactly.
right under Ord.
Look
He
at that.
does notice that that camp hasn't spawned and pings it out immediately. So just farming up with the Flat Cannon and Rock Barrage. He has picked up an ultimate orb, so it looks like he's going to be going into a Manta style.
I have Scotty. No, I have Scotty.
Definitely a Manta style.
Of course. Can you imagine?
Interestingly, he's left his items at a Stout Shield and Slippers of Agility. Of course, if he just picked up one more Slipper of Agility, hits the poor man's shield there.
Can you imagine? So I have Scotty, Flat Cannon.
I think the effect only hits on the target, not all of them.
Well,
It's the same way the
that's what it
critical strike. Yeah,
says.
only the main target of attacks will receive attack bonuses, such as critical strike. But I know Scotty does
that
have a
an
lot
attack
of
bonus,
weird
though?
interactions, so
yes, is that an attack bonus? I mean, it's an orb effect or a
Not too
unique
sure.
attack modifier, as it is in Dota 2.
well, Scotty actually isn't. It's kind of a unique in that sense. I think it's actually called a buff placer. And it's one of the few things that stack with lifesteal. It also stacks with searing arrows on Clinks. So if you want frosty hot arrows, pick it up on Clinks.
No, it says here, Eye of Skadi is a unique attack modifier, and
Yeah.
does not stack with other unique attack modifiers. On ranged heroes, Eye of Skadi can be combined with lifesteal modifiers.
There we go. I believe there is a
So,
bug
yeah.
though where it does still stack with melee heroes.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I
That's-
suppose they still have range, it's just very short. Look, attack range, 128.
Oh yeah, that's range. That's a range. Like 128 range. That's over 100. And as we know, 100 of anything is a lot.
Trouble brewing.
Imagine a game with 100 kills. That's a lot of kills. Well, it looks like we're gonna have a little mano-a-mano fight on the top. Alchemist versus the Naix. He pops the BKB, but he must know that BKB does nothing against the Naix, and he goes down to him. I'm not quite sure why he used that BKB. The only thing he'd stop is the open wounds, which had already been applied as far as I could see. So a waste
I'd
of
say, he was shitting himself.
so a waste of the 10-second
I-
BKB charge there.
That was purely because he was pooing his pants as a superior carry ate his skin.
And we see the
Ate his ogre from
Beastmaster.
beneath him.
Beastmaster only 900 away from Aghanims, which increases his initiation range insanely. I think it ends up as being something like a 2,400 initiation range if you blink and then roar with an Aghanim Scepter roar. I remember reading something about it on Reddit recently, about pros and cons of going blink over Ags or both. And the leader of the
I
net
want to
worth.
see some. I want to see some new death animations on the Alchemist. I want to see the ogre die and then the Alchemist himself just sort of scurry away.
And just like a run for the nearest trees and jump into them.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't actually die.
And
he
like,
just turns into ogre.
And like gold sprays out from behind him as he runs like a little leprechaun.
Yeah, out of his pockets. He's losing it. That's alright. We'll send in the suggestion.
Yeah, definitely. Dev Dota 2. So it looks like
We'll
Gyrocopter
talk
picks
to
up a
Gabe about
haste
it.
rune, but Alchemist just Shadow Blades away. Of course, that rocket still follows him in invis, which lets Juicy know that he's right by, and he wisely Shadow Blades away.
Yes, he cautiously shadow blades away. Kills some creeps on the way past.
Definitely. So we do see Naix picking up an Abyssal Blade now, so that BKB the Alchemist has picked up. As soon as he pops that off, Naix is just going to come in, Abyssal him, and smash him, and smash his face in.
Looks like Bounty Hunter's going to try to steal the stack.
He has come up,
He's
but
gonna
they
get
know
shot
they're
at
in the area. I'm not sure if Alchemist can see them there. He should be able to, but it looks like he's coming in. As I said, the lack of a farming item such as Battle Fury or Mjolnir, or even a Maelstrom, really hurts the Alchemist here. We do see the
and there's
blink
that
and,
blink
and
initiation.
roar. You can see how large it is.
Just on the
And there you go, a beautiful
Oh,
split earth catches him out. Just kaboom. And here you go, and there you see the Abyssal Blade come out straight away.
Alchemist
And he is
again
caught.
trying to man mode.
And the finger coming out. A cooldown on all the heroes with a wall in between. The team fight of the Radiant is just getting too much for the Dire to handle.
The Shadow Demon, of course, who is now...
The Shadow Demon does a defensive disruption, but it won't be enough for him to get out. A Hex cancels off the TP, and Lifestealer gets the kill on that one.
Yeah, this lifestealer really starting to pull away from that Alchemist.
He definitely is. As I was saying just before they all died, the lack of a farming item on Alchemist really hurts him. Without a Maelstrom or Mjolnir that he can quickly take down Cam, or even a Battle Fury, it does slow down his farming.
Yeah, I honestly would have preferred the Battle Fury to the Shadow Blade.
I think it was just the Basher first, that with only like 1 or 2 levels in his ultimate, he doesn't actually attack that fast unless he has a Hyperstone or another kind of agility item. So I think it was a bit of a waste of a first item on him there. You know, it's something for him to look back on and prioritize maybe. My favorite, definitely going Maelstrom first, even if I don't turn into a Mjolnir straight away, just the farming capabilities and the bit of bonus attack speed that it gives you is very good.
That's Zappy Zappy.
Oh, and the ultimate coming out from Shadow Demon, and the dust popped off. We're going to see a Raw come out, track, and also the Shuriken, and the Split Earth is going to cut off his escape and get the kill. So Gyrocopter caught out there by the dust, after getting a bit greedy going for some Shadow Demon harass.
Ping's coming out on bottom lane. Looks like they're going to head down there, but Darkseer is backing up.
Yep, wisely so. We do see the XP.
Is 5 now.
XP 12,000 in the way of the Radiant, and gold has been swinging up and down a lot, probably due to team fights versus Alchemist farming. At the moment we do see it around 3k in favor of the Radiant, but starting to level out as there hasn't been an engagement for a while and a track kill has gone the way of the Dire.
Yeah,
Really,
looks like the Dire are starting to roam as a group.
Yeah, and Alchemist stacking up the Ancients there with Acid Spray. So he is going to get a nice double stack of Ancients in for him. Looks like the Shrek's going to stand by and just use Split Earth for some reason and just kind of soak up some experience. We do see an Oblivion staff picked up on the Shrek, so it looks like he's building an Orchid. The Shrek really needs his tank items because he wants to be in the middle of the fight, doing as much damage as possible with Pulse Nova and Edict just running around and being a general nuisance, and the Oblivion stuff there really doesn't do it for him. They do see him farming up the stack.
Just sitting there scouting him out.
I would have liked to see him throw out a track there, even if they couldn't have done anything, just because it does see him for the next 30 seconds and can spot out his movements.
Yeah, track into a quick invis.
Exactly. And we do see the Aghanims completed on the Beastmaster. So an absolutely enormous initiation range on him now. It looks like Naix is roaring on the map looking for a wraparound kill. He still does have that Aegis. It's not going to be reclaimed for another 4 minutes, so he does have it in his inventory for a while.
That is a massive cast range on the Raw.
It really is. With the Aghanim Scepter, it's an extremely insane skill. You can see it there. And imagine that on top of a blink range, and it is really an insane initiation range.
Bottom tower's getting the business.
I would forget it. I'd end up getting in way too close every time.
I'm not sure if people missed it before, but another reason why Beastmaster is a great counter to Naix, apart from that Raw, is that the Boar Slow actually goes through Rage. And it looks like the Radiant smoke up, but the Invis Bounty Hunter is going to spot out the tail end of the gank. They do reveal 2 off, and that's going to signal that they're there. Trying to scout out with the Boar, but of course the Boar doesn't reveal invisible heroes.
Does reveal the visible ones though.
It does, so they see the line and Darkseer down by Ancients, and Naix does come out with invisibility there. So we see the Gyrocopter has completed up his Mantis Style. He'll probably be going to build a BKB next, even though they do have 2 BKB-ing ults in the Shadow Demons, Demonic Purge, and also I suppose the Track as well as the Raw. It is still a good item to pick up just to mitigate so much of that magic damage that comes out. And there's an Infest into the Gyrocopter. Oh, and Alchemist is going to get caught out here. Call down and the Infest damage and the Abyssal Blade. The Alchemist just completely melts, caught out there by the Radiant side. And it looks like with that death they're going to push up because they know their carry is down. And there is no buyback on the Alchemist. He's actually 800 gold off. With with this kind of lineup, you really need to save up for the gold for buyback, because otherwise they can just do this, just push into your base, and there's nothing you can do to defend it with all of these heroes here. The Raw coming out on the darks here, and a follow-up splitter. Janata comes out, oh, but a finger onto Bounty Hunter, and he just explodes. We see the Naix following Shadow Demon, but he's going to have to back up. Looks like, oh, but some armlet toggling, and he takes down the Shadow Demon and keeps the Aegis up. Radiant in a very commanding position now. They are currently sitting at around 13k ahead and 4k gold ahead.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Yeah, really need a disruption on that Naix, I think.
Definitely.
Just to get out the illusions.
And Gyrocopter is going for that BKB. Now only 70 gold away from it with the gold from the Raxes and towers. Looks like they're going to try and go on him. Alchemist is shadow bladed up, but he's going to stun himself. Oh, he comes out to TP away, and Alchemist turns back just at the last second, unluckily. So Alchemist now picks up that Helm of the Dominator. So he does have that Basher and the level 3 ultimate, but he really can't take advantage of that base attack time with these items. He does have the Shadow Blade, which grants a bit of attack speed, but he really needs something like an Assault Cuirass, Mask of Madness even, or a Mjolnir, or a Butterfly to take
something with a bit of
real
splash.
advantage to that bat.
Yeah, and that's why he's a good 4,000 gold below the Naix.
Exactly. And it does look like Lifesteal is picking up that Mjolnir, so a little bit late. I think I would have preferred to see him go Assault Cuirass, seeing as they're trying to base break at the moment. Look at it nonetheless. And on the backlines, you do actually see Gyro picking up his BKB and using it to go through this fight. It looks like he's going to be able to take down the Bounty Hunter. One more hit. And he's killed by the range creep. We do see Alchemist running through the wall, and there is a copy of him right now running on the loose. He does get up, and it looks like he's going to be able to kill off the Coddle. He does kill off the Coddle. The Gyro manages to take out. Gem is on the ground, but not being able to be picked up. And the Alchemist is going to go down here. Look how much damage that Naix does. He just tears him open. And a triple kill for the Gyro with some use of Rocket Barrage, Flat Cannon, and Fall Down. You can really see how much of a menace he is in these fights, because if they focus Naix, blow all the stuns on him, the Gyrocopter is just sitting in the back line, using Flat Cannon and absolutely destroying these squishy backline supports from 1,000 range away.
Yeah, so Naix is just wearing that gnome's skin at the moment. Absolutely destroying him.
And this is the reason why I would have preferred to see the Assault Cuirass come out. Or even something like a late Desolator, just take down these towers in 3 or 4 hits instead of having to spend a bit of extra time. We do see the open wounds going, and 3 hits and he goes down. The Shadow Demon disrupts himself, the Gyrocopter's off chasing after the Bounty Hunter, so the Shadow Demon is going to get away. Bit of Flat Cannon hits coming out, the Bounty Hunter. It looks like the Gyrocopter's just going to go for the mid tower while Naix smashes off the top racks. Using that static shield off of himself and really taking it to that rack. Bounty Hunter's come in and use the track. Oh, and the Blink Roar coming out, and he does slow him down with that. And the Aegis is gone, so it's going to be the death of the Naix. They do take down the range barracks, and there's an instant buyback from the Naix here.
Instant buyback.
I'm not too sure why he bought back. They are 2 racks up, and I doubt that the Radiant is going to push now. If they did, he should have just saved the buyback for then, because for now he's used around 1,000 gold, probably a little bit less because he has a bit of reliable gold. But he's used that money and is just walking through, not really achieving much. He isn't even farming up.
I don't care, he's Naix. He just didn't want to be dead.
So it looks like Alchemist going for another pickoff, but if he runs into this Naix, it's going to be the death of the Alchemist. But he does go up. Looks like he's going to maybe farm up his Ancient stack here. He's going to check Roshan, but Roshan not up for another minute. They do spot the Alchemist kind of going that direction, but I'm not sure if they saw him come out. 5 of the Radiant up in this area, and Juicy comes in under an Invis Ion Shell. They should notice the damage coming out. A call down comes down. definitely not in range of that Beastmaster who just runs out. We do see the blink and roar on the Naix, and he just gets taken out by the bounty hunter. Maybe the Radiant in a bit of trouble here. They're gonna have to back out. But an excellent wall and vacuum combo by the Darkseer. He's got a illusions of everyone in there. Radiant still backing out. A flat cannon comes up, and a Scythe of Ice on the Darkseer takes down the Alchemist, and Juicy's able to just melt down that Alchemist. Meanwhile, on the back end, Darkseer gets the kill with the massive illusions.
And also jungling with the Alchemist illusions.
And of course, there is backdoor protection, so he's going to need a bit of help, and Gyro does come in to provide that hit. Right now, the Radiant in commanding lead, 22k experience head and around 14k gold.
Despite 2 deaths and a buyback, Lifestealer still well and truly leading the pack. At least above the dire side.
5k ahead of the Alchemist and the Gyrocopter, the second lead farmer here. Leshrac has picked up that Orchid, but
the Gyro just lost net worth.
He did, and he's picked up he picked up an Aghanim Scepter. Oddly, like Aghanim Scepter, it does give global range on that cooldown, so it is a decent item. You can kind of farm from across the map, and really kind of be a bit of a nuisance. But if you're a semi-carry Gyro, something like a Butterfly or a Monkey King bar is far better, because you can just kill an entire team by yourself if you're left alone.
How on earth did his net worth go down?
I'm not sure, I wasn't looking at it.
Down? I don't know, it went down by like, it dipped, it was up at above 19,000 and then it went down to 18.
He may have sold an item. When I was looking, it was at 18.5-ish, I think, so maybe a bit of a visual glitch on your end.
Think of what would do it.
We do see an Ion Shell in this Gyrocopter coming up. Naix is near this Alchemist. The Gyrocopter is going to spot out that Alchemist. Is he going to use the cooldown further up? Beastmaster blink and roar on the Naix, and the Alchemist comes out as well. And it's the death of Naix. Gyrocopter sitting here in the middle of the fight with the BKB, but without that extra damage, just not able to take down the Alchemist. It looks like he'll definitely be able to get the Shadow Demon though, with just 2 or 3 auto attacks. The defensive disruption and a stun coming out from the Alchemist. The Beastmaster blinks up. Juicy's gonna need to maybe he'll get the Shadow Demon. Goes down to Ion Shell damage. Track and Shuriken being thrown out onto the Gyrocopter, but it's not really gonna do much. That although the Scepter isn't the best of items, it does give them a lot of extra health and mana. So we're really able to tank that. We see another blink and roar from the Beastmaster, of course, having an extremely low cooldown. Tries to go invisible, but he's still under the tower, and that's going to be the death of the Gyrocopter, an instant buyback. And on the back end, Darkseer tries to TP out, but the Alchemist to kill him. The Ancient, meanwhile, is getting destroyed by the creeps. Already down to about a third health. Yeah, a lot of angry buybacks. And we see the global cooldown possibly going to pick up, and he picks up the bounty hunter with the global cooldown. I take back, and Leshrac goes down to the creep. And Juicy pops off the BKB and is going to kill off that throne. Good game, well played. A very funny kill by the Gyrocopter there. Just really the exclamation point on the end of the game.
Yes, unfortunately Alchemist proving once again why he is a subpar carry.
Oh, Daniel. Definitely an excellent carry. A bit of itemization issues, I would say, in that game. But definitely
excellent work for the Beastmaster though.
Yeah, excellent early control from the Beastmaster. Unfortunately, they couldn't translate that into more lane control and damage early on.
Yeah,
with the Leshrac.
General feeding. Some great general feeding on Keeper of the Light there. That's solid work.
With the Leshrac only skilling up once in Edict, they weren't able to capitalize with tower pushes early on after the Beastmaster created that space. So I think with a pushing lineup such as this, you really need to skill up that edict. Get some with the early kills on the Beastmaster. They should have been able to take down most of the outer towers by the by about the 24-minute mark, but unfortunately it gets turned around on them.
Well, GG, go next.
Very good game. For some reason my R key is stuck. No! I don't know why. I'm gonna have to unplug my keyboard and plug it back in. Oh, I know why. My kitten's leaning on my gamepad, and one of her paws is on the R key. I've had to move it off. So it looks like that's going to be the end of casting for tonight. It is 10 o'clock, and I do have work, unfortunately. So thanks for tuning in.